Welcome back to the Junk Room, everybody. It's me, the Junkman, coming back at you with another video. And all this week, I'm in Las Vegas. That's right, Las Vegas. I know it doesn't look like Las Vegas. Well, I'm about to leave to Las Vegas. But I couldn't go all week without uploading videos because I'm addicted to YouTube. And you guys are addicted to watching Junkman, I hope. So throughout this week, at the noon time for the noon video, you will see classic Junkman videos. But I will do a kind of an intro between each video that kind of talks about the video that you're going to watch. Most of these are from 2019. These are videos that hadn't really, grown in views in the last year or two. And I always felt the topic was something that needed to be pushed out there so my new subscribers can see it. So hopefully you'll still have a lot of fun. Now, of course, follow me on social media on the Facebook Junkman Junk Group. Links in the description below. It's that Junkman on Twitter and that Junkman on Instagram. Because whatever I see in Vegas, any cool stuff, I'm going to throw it up there. And I'll probably do a hunting video. There's a toy store out there in Vegas, Rogue Toys, who we worked with last year to give away a Death Star playset. I'm hopefully to go in there and do a video from that store, so it should be a lot of fun. But let's get to the classic video today. And another thing, you might see some newer videos throughout the week because I'm working on some stuff to throw up during the week also. You just might not get 2 a day, but check back around 8 o'clock just to see. So let's look at today's classic video. And this one's about the superpowers or Indiana Jones micro collection. Star Wars did the micro collection, and there was plans for Kenner to do one based on Indiana Jones and superpowers. Now, I'm not really sure about the superpower ones, but as a kid, I would have loved the Indiana Jones micro collection. There was so much you could do with this line. It would have been awesome to have an Indiana Jones one. Now, they didn't really get really far in the planning, but there are some prototypes, and I thought it'd be fun to look at. So let's go back to the other junk room in 2019 when I was in a small attic space talking toys. I mean, honestly, I think I make videos better now than I did 2019, but I'll let you be the judge of that. Anyway, let's go back to 2019 and talk micro collection Indiana Jones and superpowers. Let's talk about the Superpowers micro collection from Kenner. What? You don't remember that? You didn't buy it? Well, it never got released. But we're still going to talk about it and look at some of the prototypes of what we could have had. Might could have had. Yeah, I said that right. Might could have had. Might could have had. Been a long day. In the early 80s, Kenner was getting ready for their next big Star Wars toy line, the Micro Collection. And I'm going to try my best not to say micro machines, but I probably will. Anyway, in the early 90s, Kenner was having success with the Star Wars toy line, these little guys over here, and decided they needed more money and was going to release the Star Wars Micro Collection. I actually did a video all about the Star Wars Micro Machine Collection's unreleased items, so check that out if you like unreleased stuff. Kenner wanted to bring superheroes to the Micro Collection, and their plan to release Superpowers Micro Collection. How many times have I said Micro Collection today? Anyway, let's take a look at what Kenner almost released. The plan was to release playsets like the Star Wars Micro Collection. Kenner planned to release playsets that would be sold separately, or you could hook them together. Sadly, there's only one prototype out there that we can take a look at to give us a vision of what Kenner had planned. Also coming along with the playset was going to be a mini comic book, something the Star Wars Micro Collection didn't have. These micro comic books would be about the theme of the playset, the heroes and the playset itself. That mini comic book would also be used as a backdrop for the playset, making it look really cool when you put it on display. The 2 prototypes of the micro diecast figures are Batman and the Riddler. Let's take a look at each one. And here's Batman. As you can clearly see, it's a retooled Darth Vader. In fact, if you look closely, Batman is holding the lightsaber hilt. Again, these are just prototypes. The final figure would most likely be a lot different, and at least have a different mold. And here we can see the other prototype of the Riddler. And you guessed it, this is taken from Luke Skywalker. Again, you can see the saber hilt. Now let's look at the Micro Collection playset. Here's the prototype of the base playset. As you can see here in this close-up shot of the rooftop. From the top view of the rooftop, you can tell a lot of work went into this prototype. So you can just imagine how great the final playset would have looked. This is the background mock-up of where the mini comic would sit, as it would be used for a backdrop. Now I can find no official dates for these toys. What I've read about it hinted that it was the early 80s, right about the time Star Wars was launching its micro collection. But I have to wonder if this date is true, because Superpowers action figure line didn't come out to 1984, and the Star Wars micro collection was canceled in late 1982. So it makes you wonder if maybe this was from 1984 when Kenner was planning to dust off their plans for the Micro collection and bring it back with superpowers. However, in 1982, Kenner did have another action figure line along with Star Wars that they were promoting that they was hoping to have a lot of success with, and that was Indiana Jones. And yes, they were planning to release an Indiana Jones Micro collection. Here is a prototype of the Indiana Jones diecast figure, and as you can probably guess, it's taken from a Luke Skywalker from the Star Wars Micro collection. Sadly, this is the only photo I could find related to the plans for the Indiana Jones Micro collection. There's speculation that Indiana Jones was planned to come along with a truck where it would pull the diecast Indiana Jones behind it. And it also seems there were plans for a playset that featured the boulder scene from Raiders. Sadly, due to the poor sales of the Star Wars Micro collection, we never got to see an Indiana Jones Micro collection, and we never got to see a Superpowers Micro collection. These sets really didn't sell that good in stores, but they're really well done and look amazing, especially on display. I think it would have been really great to have a Superpowers Micro collection and an Indiana Jones Micro collection. There's so much you could do with the superhero ones and the Indiana Jones line. But that's a look at the unreleased Superpowers and Indiana Jones Micro collection. And I think I've said Micro collection more than anybody else in the world today. So thank you for watching, and as always, if you want to support this channel, head over to patreon.com. You can find a link up there or in the description below. Become a Patreon supporter, get some videos early, commentary videos, outtake videos. Just hang out and talk with me and other people and have a lot of fun, or support us in another way by going to thatjunkman.com and buying a cool t-shirt like this Kenner shirt. Well, again, I want to thank you for watching. Thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell so you know when you get a new video. And you never know, I try to do a video a day. Sometimes I do even more than one. So, until the next video, we'll talk again.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.